Well, you're probably thinking those tiger prawns look a lot better. And well, I figured out that I was supposed to grill them. So, here's the Coupland stack. I've added a couple other books, Binge and City of Glass, to the stack. And I'm still reviewing, James and I are reviewing, analyzing Sarah McLauchlan's lyrics from the song she did in this live video. And
we finally got through Gia, right?
Yep, I put the longest week on the bottom of the stack, but you know, James really liked that movie, so I don't know if he agrees that it should be there or what.
So just let's refresh my memory as to what it is.
Jason Bateman?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
Yeah. He did a great job with the acting. He always does.
He was doing stuff that he's got great comedian stuff like that, but he was doing stuff that was, you know, like where he was showing sadness and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, the problem with this show, for me, was it was pretty, like both James and I thought it seemed like a Woody Allen movie. I'm not really into Woody Allen movies, so that doesn't move that much for me.
Very much like a Woody Allen movie. Was this for you?
No, that's for you. Shake it up. I haven't shaken it yet. And another problem I had was it really wasn't a comedy. Not so much. You know, it was very light kind of comedy. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. It didn't get any huge laughs out of me.
Well, it wasn't that type of comedy.
No, it wasn't that type.
It did have something like a happy ending. I mean,
yeah.
Well, spoiler alert, he actually ends up being something like a human being.
Yeah. So, honestly, the writing was pretty good. And there's a believable kind of story here. It's more like James liked it a lot because he said it's not a typical Hollywood romance, you know, or I guess what a lot of people would say rom-com, you know, romantic comedy. I mean, in the Hollywood romances, you're looking at it going, this is a train wreck, this is a disaster, you know, these people shouldn't be together at the end and whatever. This isn't a good ending. Just because, you know, the people, you might think at the time, oh, I want a happy ending for everyone has a wonderful romance. No, this is better where the ending isn't quite as you expect it would be. Anyway, so I'm gonna get back to that stack in a minute. I don't really have anything more to add with the Jason Bateman thing. Like, both James and I think he's an awesome, both actor and comedian. He's like the ultimate straight guy. I guess maybe with, what's his name? The guy from Zoolander and
I've never seen
Ben Stiller.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he plays such a great straight man.
Yeah, that's right.
And people often, and well, what's his name that played with Chris Farley? Sorry, I did that while you were. He's a different kind of straight man. David Spade. But he's great as the straight man for that comedy team.
He's great for, like, he's really sour, right?
Yeah.
You get some sweet guy like Chris Farley.
Yeah, who's like a big baby, right?
And then Spade is like this. It's amazing.
Grumpy old man, little old man. Yeah, so cute. So it's a good combination.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, there are some straight comedians that could really play with anyone, I think, and I think Bateman's one of them. He could play a perfect straight man anytime. And both James and I love his acting ability too, which is, you know, David Spade maybe not as much, right? Jason Bateman, he really does a great job acting. He has excellent timing, and like the one part of the movie it was, I think, our favorite part of the movie for both of us, when he put the glass down. And when you see that, you're like, that was perfect. I don't know if somebody else told him that's what you do, but I think he just figured it out and did it. Great. Anyway,
he's understated. David Spade
Yeah.
is not understated.
So, the thing is with the prawns, they were given to us free from Costco. We got them for free, and they originated from Costco. They were given to us directly from Costco. Anyway, so with the stuff from Costco, it has the directions on the tag, and I had ripped that off when I opened it up, opened the package, which I didn't need to do, and I should have known that you had to cook them, because that's the way a lot of their things are. So I wasn't trying to kill James. I just had no idea. I don't eat the stuff. I don't know how it's supposed to be eaten or made or anything like that. So getting a vegetarian to cook meaty sort of things, well, you're taking your chances. So, anyway. But
I'm going to mention, watch out with seafood.
Yeah.
First time I had canned shrimp, I didn't read the instructions. I was early 20s. I got food poisoning. I think it's maybe the only time I've ever had food poisoning, but it was incredible. It wasn't just nausea. The reality was spinning, and then it got really bad.
The
It was
certain
going like
pandemic
this.
that I get.
Dude, does it get like that?
I spin and spin and spin.
Like reality around you spins.
Yes, everything spin. Well, I don't know if everything around me is spinning or if I am somehow spinning it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I never get a reaction like that.
Yeah,
I get lightheaded.
I think it's because I get motion sickness.
Yeah.
And so whenever I get this certain thing that happened in 2020,
Maybe even 2019.
Yeah. Then I'm just spinning, and it's been now a month and a half about, and I've continued to spin, and it's really bad when it's dark, or like with a little bit of light. So bad.
I didn't catch it this time.
No, I don't know why. I don't seem to be contagious, and so James thinks, well, it's just long-term symptoms that or something. But I don't know. I have no comment on that. I have no idea how it works, but not good. So, and this time it has affected my singing really very much, and so I'm hoping that my voice will come back to me. But we'll see. I don't know. Binge. So this one, I gave this a 4.5 out of 5, and there's only a couple things that took away that extra half a point, because I really enjoyed this. This, Coupland wrote it, the cover is perfect. I love the cover. Coupland wrote this in the same sort of style that he had this one that I have at the bottom, where you have many different characters, or, well, multiple. In this one, there's even more. Multiple characters telling stories that are connected. In this one, I'd hope that the stories would connect in a bigger way at the end, and they didn't. So, like this one, it does just say that it's short stories. 60 short stories to make your brain feel different. Well, the short stories are connected, though, so I was hoping there would be some sort of overarching connecting theme, and it maybe let me down a little bit, that's all. So I got to the ending and I was like, no more? So that's
You want me to really binge on it then?
I really did,
No.
because I was really loving this.
You said
so
60 or 16 short stories?
60.
Holy smokes. Or 4 pages or so.
Yeah, they're not very long, and I like that. That's the way. Another thing that I loved about this, when I end a chapter, and oh, there we go. I just opened up to the beginning of a chapter, and it's on this side of the page. Like a lot of the time, with me, it doesn't really matter when I'm reading the Coupland stuff, because I'm gonna fly through it anyway. So I almost read this whole book in one day, one morning, actually, and. So it doesn't really matter where the chapters end, given how I'm reading these things right now. But in the past, how I would read them is I wouldn't have time. I was working, whatever, I'd read a little bit, and then stick a bookmarker in, read a little more, and that's mostly what people would do, right? So here's the next chapter. Oh, the beginning of this one. And it's really handy when you have the bookmark and you slide it in, because sometimes you might not be able to get a whole chapter done, but with the short chapters like this, you should be able to. And it's right where it should be. So most of the time, the chapters, they started on this side, which maybe that's just me. Here I opened up to another chapter, and there it is, right there. It's most of the time in this book I noticed it. I don't know if he meant it that way, but I loved it. So I don't know if other people would be particular about that, but it really bothers me when the chapter starts on this side, then I get frustrated and I have to read until I find a chapter that starts on this side. So it's just something, I guess, it's very important to me. So this worked out really well. And yeah, I don't really have any more to say about that. It's a good read. It's a good read. So with this one, it got bottom second. Didn't really work out. The different characters, I couldn't tell them apart as well. The story that was supposed to be an overarching theme that connected them all, it wasn't very good. So that one ended up in the bottom. This one didn't have an overarching story, which I would have liked, but you know, if you can't have a great one to tie them together, then maybe it is better just to leave it as 60 short stories and have somebody go at the end, oh, I wanted more, right? Because that one, no, I didn't want any more. So this worked. This worked. City of Glass. A revised edition, I guess I should point out, because it might be very different, right, than the original. So Douglas Coupland's Vancouver Revised Edition. So there's a lot of pictures in here, as you can see, and the writing is quite small, the font that you go through, but really it doesn't take that long to go through. So I read this all this morning and I really enjoyed it. There were a few jokes in here, but mostly it's kind of like it's put together like a travel book for Vancouver, really. You read this, and or at least I did, and I was thinking, oh, how I want to go, and da da da. And I was thinking, especially when he was mentioning the flowers in bloom in spring, I was thinking, oh, how I want to see it, but I may never, because in order for us to get over there in the time when it's all in bloom, well, we'd be crossing a lot of dangerous terrain to get there unless we took a flight. So maybe once we become wealthy, I'll get to fly over to Vancouver to actually see the flowers bloom in spring like I've always wanted to. But anyway, and there's a lot of things, you know, like, who doesn't want to live in Vancouver? He was mentioning that anywhere else in Canada you could get like I think he said, it might be an exaggeration, I think he said something like a 5-bedroom house for the price that you would pay for a Kleenex box apartment in Toronto or in Vancouver. And anyway, but still, do you want to live in, say, Fort McMurray in a 5-bedroom house? I mean, is it worth it? There's only so many really habitable places in Canada, to tell you the truth.
And even there you'd have
in the summer
controversy.
You can travel around, and there's a lot of nice places to see in Canada. Stay there year round. See how much you like it. So anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed traveling along through Douglas Coupland's Vancouver, and it's a very different Vancouver, I'm sure, than mine would be if I lived there, because he's a very different person than I am.
I don't think of it as being a city of glass. I'm telling you, I know there's a lot of glass there.
Yeah, but he's very urban, and I'm very much not. So anyway, now we're back to ta-da! The tag finally, the do not remove this lip. It removed itself. I did not. I'm very particular about that, and I get frustrated when James has something and it's removed, and I'm like, it says not to remove it, but it did it itself to me.
That's the way it does to me. I don't remove it.
So